Drum Talk and my new segment, Ask Earl Anything. And after the response of the first video I did, I got a bunch of questions. So let's jump right on into the questions. First question is from Drumman190, my friend William. William is a great friend to the drumming community. You guys all know that. I've been featured in enough drum battles on his channel to know that he's really supported my channel. And he asked the question, what got you into YouTubing? So this is the longest answer. I figured I'd put this up front here on the first part of this this segment. What got me into YouTubing? Well, first off, this studio has been a hang for drummers for a long time. And my whole thing with drummers since college has been to hang with drummers. I love drummers. The drumming community is just incredible. And it has been since my days of college. So in 2007, I started a group here in West Palm Beach area called Drummers for Jesus, and it was associated with the one in Dallas, Texas. And I had a chapter here for about 3 years, and we had a group of about anywhere from 3 to 10 guys would come to meetings, and we would meet here in this studio. One of the guys is a guy named Ken Burton. And Ken Burton said to me a long time ago, probably around 2010, you need to get a video camera and start doing some YouTube videos. And it took me a while to get a camera. My first camera was actually my first smartphone, which was a Droid. Eventually I picked up a zoom camera, and I just started goofing off making some videos of myself, you know, playing. People would ask, hey, can you show me a video of you playing drums? So I did it. It was just for fun, only for fun. Nothing serious. In 2000, well, I guess during that time from 2010 to 2016, I would periodically do videos to submit for the Vic Firth contests. I did a few of those. I would make a couple covers for myself of some Music Minus One tracks I had hanging around. Those are some of my early videos. 2016, one day I had this hankering to talk about cymbals. And my wife said, you know, we should do something together. Well, I'll talk to you, and we've done this. Okay, and some of my early drum talk videos was my wife and me, kind of interviewing me and talking about famous drummers like Danny Serafin and John Hammond, a guy who I met in Nashville who played on not my wife's album, on this album I played on in Nashville in the 80s called Saved by Grace. So I did 2 videos with my wife, but my first video was on Paiste cymbals. And that drum talk on Paiste cymbals is probably one of my most popular drum talks I have on this channel. And it all started one day. I was sitting in here on a weekend and I just started talking about my cymbals. That was all it was, just me talking. And my background for the last 27 years is I've been in training and safety in the cable industry. So I've taught a lot of guys and I've done a lot of classes, and I feel pretty comfortable talking to a camera. I don't script anything, as you all know. I kind of just go and flow. And sometimes I cut, but for the most part I'm just flowing and riffing. It's kind of how I play drum covers too. I kind of flow and riff. And those seem to be the ones that get the most reaction from you guys. This is a long story. Anyhow, 2016 I make the video on Paiste cymbals. I officially name it Drum Talk, and I start doing that. And then I made a drum cover. In the beginning, the end of 2016, it was Long Train Runnin' by the Doobie Brothers. I had a drumless track, and I got on my first drum cover video of the week show. And I don't even remember the guy's name. I think his name is Adam. He found that video of drum covers, and he basically put me in the top 5 videos of the week. And that was January 2017. And I was kind of like, wow, there are people who actually watch these things. So I did my first drum cover, got pretty good, you know, response. I guess I got a few subscribers out of it. And then all of a sudden I'm just goofing around with it on the weekends when I have time, and all of a sudden March of 2017, the company I worked for a long time sold off half their business, and I was put into semi-retirement at that point. All I can say about it was a great 2017. I was extremely blessed. And I have since started my own consulting company in training and safety, and that's what I'm doing for a couple clients now. I started in August, and it's just been kind of picking up. I'm teaching drum lessons, and I kind of started to find myself. And part of that process was a continuation of YouTube, where I just had nothing to do, so I would just come in here and I would make drum videos. My wife would come home at night and she'd say, "Did you make another drum video?" I go, "Yeah, I made another drum video." Now, remember, I had under 100 subscribers back in August. By the time I hit Christmas, I was coming close to 200, and a lot of that great growth I saw after the new year came because of the Drum Cover of the Year contest. So really, it was William, Drumman 190, really kind of pushed me up for getting subs. But this channel was a labor of love. I played the kind of music I wanted to play. My daughter, Bethany, bought me a Music Minus One record I had as a child. I had it as an album, putting on a record player. Those are, you know what I'm talking about? Some of you guys, not streaming. And she bought me the CD and the book, and it was a book called Drum Star, and I started doing covers from there. And I was just blown away. It was kind of like, yeah, let's do these. So I've done most of the Drum Star covers. I eventually bought another Music Minus One record I had, which was called Wipeout with Jim Chapin, and I started doing those. And then I bought the Jersey City State College, my college that I went to. I bought their Take One CD and Play Along book, and I started doing some covers out of that. And for Christmas, my daughters both bought me more drum covers to do, like the one where Superstition came out of, and the Brubeck. Well, Brubeck track I actually downloaded, but there's another Alone Together, a Brubeck book I got, and I also got the Duke Ellington book. So I've been pretty much picking up Music Minus One tracks and just playing the ones I liked, occasionally doing ones with drums on it. And some of my early tracks, you guys haven't even really heard, because most of you guys don't go that deep into the catalog. But I've got some Billy Joel in the catalog. I've got a Chicago tune. I'm a big Chicago freak. That's why I did the Danny Seraphin thing. I actually did the Chicago Beginnings cover because of Danny Seraphin. So anyhow, I got into it because I had time on my hands, and some would say it was too much time on my hands, but actually it was a great blessing. And now I'm fully in it. The only problem now is I'm full-time kicking butt in my new jobs that I'm working on. So doing these becomes a weekend thing again, and I've learned some techniques with video editing and stuff, so I'm getting okay, but I'm not a great video guy, you know. So any covers you see come out, I've actually got a few in the can, and I'm working on some new things, but that's that. So I hope that answers the question, William. The next question was, what's fun and not fun about having a YouTube channel? I'm going to try to do this in 2 minutes. This is Rich Raw Dog's question. Everything's fun about it. The only thing not fun is the amount of time it takes to do some of these videos, and when you do a video and YouTube's basically comes up with a copyright problem, like happened at 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. I did the original version of 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. You guys will never see it. I actually have the drum track without the song on it that I was going to post, and then William again we were talking one day email, and he said, "Oh, I got that track," and he sent it to me. So I was really blessed to be able to do 50 Ways for that one reason alone. But it also happened with a Bob Dylan tune I just did. I spent all this time on. It's called What Can I Do For You, and I cannot release it. It's just sitting there, and it was a pretty good take too. I had a lot of fun with it, the Jim Keltner song. So that's the bummer of having a channel. The great thing about having a channel is all you guys. Everybody that comments, everybody that sees my videos, meeting new guys, players. It's wonderful. I mean, you guys, it's a great community. And when I get some hits from the big guys, it's great. But when I get it from the little new guys too, I just love encouraging and being a part of it. Okay, back again. The other thing is DSLR cameras only have a limited number of minutes they will record. Alright, let's see. So I answered Rich's. And William's question, that's all about YouTube. The next one is from Brian Corey, a new subscriber. He asked me, are all my Paiste cymbals B8 alloy? And I'd have to say no. The majority of my Paiste cymbals are now B8 alloy. B8 alloy is your 2002 alloy, your 505 alloy, your giant beat alloy. But this cymbal right here, which I call my splat cymbal, this is a Paiste traditional extra thin 16-inch crash. This is the Paiste traditional alloy, which is, I believe it's B15. And it may be B12, but I believe it's B15, the signature alloy. I have that. I have a China cymbal that's a Paiste signature thin China. And I have a Paiste Dark Energy Mark I, which is all made of that alloy. And I think this splash cymbal might be that too, but I'm not sure. This is part of the Noise Works stacker of an 11-inch and an 18, and I bought the 11-inch off of a friend who's actually was a Paiste rep, and really great guy. And anyhow, he sold it to me. But the majority of my Paiste cymbals are B8. Now, why? He asked me, how can they make such great cymbals without using B20? Well, they do make B20 cymbals. The Paiste 602s are B20 cymbals. I have one of those too. But I think Paiste knows how to do B8. That's what they do best. They do B8 alloy. They kind of invented it, you know, to some extent. Their manufacturing process is Swiss, and it's very meticulous and methodical. If you know anything about the Swiss-German manufacturing processes, I think that has a lot to do with the way they make their cymbals. I would say B20 from the Zildjian Sabian perspective is more of a mystery. At least that's what they've sold us, is the mystery. And I have plenty of Zildjians and Sabians. I may even start pulling some of the Sabians in, which you guys haven't seen much of in the next couple months in some of my videos. But I think the B8 alloy that Paiste does, that's what they do best. No doubt about it. So I hope that answers your question, Brian. Zach Drums asked me a question, and his question was, will I ever do a metal cover? And the answer to that question is, well, first was, well, what is metal? That's the next thing. Metal's got a wide genre to me. Okay, I've played in hair bands, and I've done that style of music. It's not my favorite, okay? But could I see myself doing a Guns N' Roses tune? Sure. Could I see myself doing a Metallica tune? Maybe. Could I see myself doing Lamb of God? Probably never. Okay? It's just not my chops. I don't have those chops. But I do have rock and roll chops, as you guys know, because you've seen some of my videos, like the Police tune or the one I did with the Dave Matthews. There's something about guys that have like a kind of funkiness to it that I like. Like, I might do Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I don't know if that's not really considered metal. I don't know what you call Red Hot Chili Peppers. And as you really know, I like I'm a song drummer, so I like playing songs. So there's some great 90s music that I love. I actually did an Alanis Morissette cover before I was starting to get a lot of subscribers. That one came out really well, you ought to know. But it's not metal. So would I do a metal cover? Yes, I just got to find the right song to do. That's the answer to that one, Zach. And the last question comes from Mike Luke, and he asked me to get a link to my wife's CD. I will put that in the cards, or maybe the last, maybe it'll even be the last part of the video. At the end of the video, I'll put a link to my wife's playlist. So if you guys want to hear Stephanie's Toward the Lamb album, I have a playlist on YouTube. It's all on YouTube, and you guys can feel free to watch it there and listen to some of the songs I did. Those were songs done in 2005. Matter of fact, I have a non-monetized video on YouTube because of my wife's album, that's the craziest story of them all. So I'll give you that as my last story. There's a video on there of Earl's Drumming Adventure, it's called. And I made this probably about 2016 one day. I was goofing around with my Zoom camera for years, and I took a lot of clips of me playing, and some were in my office, some were here in the studio, some were in my Studio B, and a lot of them was just me riffing and playing solos and stuff. And the whole thing was soloing me. the very end of the video, I thanked my wife and some of my friends and did one of those thank you things. And I put my wife's song on there, Seek My Face, the beginning of it. And YouTube picked it up and demonetized my video immediately. And I wrote them back. I said, I produced that album. That's my wife's songs. This is our songs. Did not matter. That's demonetized. Can't monetize it. So I do have a playlist, so you guys want to hear it. If you want to hear the part of that song in that great video, it's an old video. It's way back in my catalog, back probably first or second page, and it's called Earl's Drumming Adventures, and it's got me playing all kinds of crazy riffing stuff. I seem to have more riffing chops about 5 years ago, and I'm kind of losing that stuff right now. Anyhow, that's it for Ask Earl Anything. The next segment is up to you guys. Ask me a question and I'll take my stab at it. I took good 5 questions though this time. So thank you to everybody that contributed questions. Couple more things at the end. I may as well throw this in. I'm involved in the beat competition. So those of you that know that, if you like what I do, vote for me. I've got a couple drum battles I'm doing. I just did one with O Drums, Oscar Drums. I promoted that. I've got another one coming up with a guy named Ron from England, who's a swing drummer, who I sent him Dancing Men, which is an old Buddy Rich tune. It's actually a Joe LaBarbera tune, or Pat LaBarbera, his brother. Joe is a drummer, but Pat LaBarbera tune, and Buddy made it famous. And I did a cover of that, and he saw it, and I sent him the tune. So we're going to do one of those on William's channel. And I've got another one coming up on the Police cover with another new friend from England. So the next 3 weeks you're going to be probably sick of seeing me on Drumman 190's channel. Anyhow, that's what's coming up. Okay? Anyhow, thanks for watching. Send me questions, comments. Love you guys. Have a great day.